Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I'll be reading the June 12th Daily Inspirational Message. The condensed version is 2 paragraphs long. Then I'll center myself, say a little prayer, and then make a couple comments on the message. And if you find it of use, please be so kind as to like the video. Thank you for that. Here we go. The title, Returning Back Home to the Present Moment. Paragraph 1. Imagine the love, peace of mind, and joy that you could experience if you forgave the past and placed the future fully in God's hands, and by doing so, lived only in the now. The now is the holy instant, a moment in time that is free from past judgments and future imaginings. How would breaking yourself free from the chains of your past judgment-centric programming and the worries about your future make you feel? Imagine the past and future no longer being able to pester you because you are fully focused on the now. Through the gift of free will, such a heavenly state of mind is always just a simple choice away. When you align with any of love's expressions, you align with the now. It is the eternal now where all of God's gifts forever reside. Paragraph 2. Today, let us return to the now by doing 3 things. First, let us forgive the past. Second, let us place the future fully in God's hands. Third, let us keep our mind set on our goal to be present by aligning with and sharing our loving nature. When we learn to use these 3 strategies, the past and future do not exist. All that remains is the eternal now, the present moment. The now is your true home on earth. Simply being present and loving. This will inspire others to also want to return home to the now. Through love and forgiveness, you free those who are chained to their past judgments. By being present and trusting the divine, you help teach those who live worried and stressed out that they can find their way to peace. You are here to help others see the world as God created them to experience and enjoy. A world where at one with the present moment, freedom, peace, and joy reign supreme. All right. Returning back home to the present moment. Okay, today I'm going to make 5 points that I trust will assist us in digesting this daily inspiration and being able to implement it. Okay, point number 1. First, we set the goal. The title is Returning Back Home to the Present Moment. So our goal is to, before every interaction, we go into it with the goal set of saying, okay, I'm gonna return to the now. I'm gonna let go of the past and future and return to the now where the love of God resides. And I'm only gonna be that love in that interaction. And I'm gonna only offer that to my brother and sister. So in point number 1, we set our goal before the interaction, and our goal is to return to the now and to act from that place of love, of eternal love. Okay, point number 2, how do we get to the now? Again, anytime a judgment of self or others comes to mind that tries to take over our minds, because remember, our minds are one with source. The truth in our mind is love. And we're here to offer love's expressions in every moment. So let's say the ego's past programming is trying to take over your thinking and thus of your mind and life. So the ego might react with judgment of self and others, anger, hatred, resentment, guilt, shame. And so we have to practice forgiving the past, forgiving our past misperceptions of self and others, and placing it aside. Equally so, We have to let go of the future, our future worries, excuse me, and fears and doubt. We offer all that stuff to our all-loving source. And by doing so, we in essence trust in the divine design. And by doing so, we come back to the state of peace, which is just an expression of love, which is simply what's available in the now, in the eternal now, in the present moment. So that's what we do in point number 2. We forgive the past, and we release the future fully to source, to God, to perfect love. And in doing so, we return to peace, which is an expression of the love that in truth we are, and it's an expression of what we're here to do in every moment, to be the love that God created us to be. So that's point number 2. Okay, point number 3. How does it feel to be in the now? And this is an extension of point number 2. When you're in the now, your mind is aligned with the mind of God. Your mind is one with perfect love. And so you're only reflecting love to your brothers and sisters. You're only answering your brothers' calls for love with love. When they judge, you offer love through the act of forgiveness. When they seem to be condemning you, you offer love through the act of compassion. When they're fearful and worried and doubtful, you offer love by showing them how they can trust God and find inner peace. And so how does it feel to be in the now? It feels like you're fulfilling your function on earth. Like you're doing what you were created by the Creator to do. To be and reflect only love in every moment and interaction. That's what we were all created to do. Okay. Point number 4. How easy or difficult is it to be in the present moment? Okay. No matter what the ego's story is, no matter how complex it seems to be, or how dark or challenging the story is, no matter how much the ego has you get involved in the story, in the judgment, in the anger, in the resentment, in the revenge, in the fear, in the worry, and all those silly little stories, you're always just one choice away from choosing the present moment, from being in the eternal now. Anytime this past tries to control your mind, those past programmings, all you have to do is forgive. Forgive the past. And forgiveness brings you back to the present moment, your true home on earth. And any of the ego's little fears and worries and doubts, all you have to do is place them in God's hands and come back to peace. So you're always, no matter how complex the ego makes the story, or how much it has you sink into the story, no matter how challenging it is, you're always just one choice away from peace. One choice away from being aligned with the present moment, with the mind of God, doing what you were created by God to do. So that's point number 4. It is not difficult to return to the now, because the now is your natural state. It's your true home. And number 5 is simply to be an example of the now to your brothers and sisters. Take whatever situation the ego's throwing your way, and don't buy into it. Don't add to the complexity. Don't sink in its stories and its swamplands. If a brother or sister judges you, why judge them back? Like Gandhi said, an eye for an eye leaves the world blind. So, okay, somebody judges you. You know what that is? That's a call for help and healing from them. Because the only truth in them is the love that God created them to be. Everything else is just a story they've bought into as true. So in reality, if you see the truth in them, if you view them through God's lens, through God's loving lens, through the lens of mercy and compassion and grace, they cannot do anything but love you, because that's the only truth in them. If they judge you, all you see is a brother or sister that's dreaming a dream that you have no interest in. So when they judge you, you forgive. And again, it's not about being a doormat. That's not the point. You can set boundaries. You know, if somebody's being very aggressive or whatever towards you, you can call the police if you need to. You can, you know, if it brings you peace, do what brings you peace. So yes, you can forgive your brother and sister, but if he's got a gun or something, yes, you can call the cops. Okay, but the idea in point number 5 is to become an example, a physical reflection of what it is to be in the now, what it is to be aligned with the mind of God, what it is to be only loving in nature, and offer only love's expressions to your brothers and sisters, no matter what stories they may be buying into, no matter what dreams they may be dreaming. You be awake. You shine the light. You be who you were created by God to be. Love in every moment and in interaction. Use the tools that are unique to you, the gifts that God has offered you. Your own unique expression of love, whatever that is. Laughter, joy, hope, healing. And so that's point number 5. Just be an example to your brothers and sisters. Be that guiding light out of the tunnel of darkness that the ego has tried to sell them as being their home. Let them see there is another way. There is a way from hopelessness to hope, from despair to peace, from sadness to joy. They can have peace in any moment. And they're always just, no matter how stuck in their stories they may be, they're always just one choice away from returning to the now, from forgiving the past, from placing the future in God's hands and returning to the now, and being the light of the world that God created all of us to be. All right. Thank you very much for your time. I love you very much. If you can be so kind as to like this video, it will help with the listening process, and it might help somebody practice returning to the now, their true home on earth. Okay, again, I love you, and God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.